Hey guys, Frank here, and welcome to another episode of Digital Classroom. Today, in our episode, how did I shoot this one? We have this great pregnancy shot of Nadine. So, how did I shoot this one? During the workshops, I always try to challenge myself and, of course, the students. Sometimes that means that we try different lighting setups or, for example, expressions or motion. But if you have a model and stylist that's pregnant, it's of course great to do a workshop all about pregnancy. And that's why the coming few videos of our Digital Classroom series will all be about creative pregnancy shoots. Now, styling is of course a very important part of any photo shoot. You have to make sure that the clothing is correct, that the expression of the model is correct, the poses, and of course your backdrop or props. In this case, we choose for a beautiful backdrop with a lot of flowers. And trust me, getting something like this in the picture always is a great shot, and then you have to make it more interesting. So try different angles, and of course try filling images, or in other words, filling light, of course. So for our first setup, you can of course just use, for example, a nice focused light source. For example, our Quickie from Giotto. Now the nice thing about the Quickie is that it's a smaller softbox, but also when you look at how it's designed, you can see that it steers the light straight towards your model. Add the grid and you can get that beautiful vignetting. You don't need Photoshop for that, of course, or Lightroom or whatever raw converter you use. So our main light source is a focused light beam on our model, and that already gives you a great image if you shoot it straight from the front. But of course you also want to walk around your model to create more depth and more three-dimensionality in your shot, or in other words, just more interesting images. And that's why I also choose for a red gel on the side. The red gel is aimed towards my model, giving a beautiful accent light. And that also means that when I walk around my model and shoot from the sides, you get this crazy look. And the cool thing about it is, if you look closely, you can see that I'm lighting both my backdrop and I'm giving accent lights to my model. So how the heck do I do that with only one strobe? That's the thing about light shapers and light modifiers. When you look at the design of a light shape, you can already predict what it's going to do for lighting. So, like with the Quickie, you know that it's giving you a focus light straight to the front because, well, it's almost rectangular. It almost aims the light straight forward. It doesn't spread it out. And of course, with the grid, you can also narrow that beam of light. But if you want your light to go both to the backdrop and to your model, which are on opposite sides, there's something else that you can use. And that's our Rogue Omnidirectional Dome. And this is exactly what I used on that second light, a Giotto GT200 with a magnetic system from Rogue and the Omnidirectional Dome. Now, the cool thing is, the backdrop you don't even see because it's out of the frame. And that's actually where most of the light is aimed at. But because it's an omnidirectional dome, there's also light coming from the sides. And that means if I want more light on that backdrop in the shot, I just aim it towards that backdrop. And my model gets less and the backdrop gets more. If you want more accent light, you just aim it towards your model. The middle part it's gone. We call it the soap opera effect. What the camera doesn't see, it doesn't register. So that bright light from the middle, that's wasted, but the sides is one for the model, one for that backdrop. And just aim it to balance that light. This is an awesome device in all honesty. It's so small, but it gives you so much opportunities. It's a little bit like using the lantern in some shots, where you light both the side of the model and the backdrop. But hey, we can talk about this for hours. Let's take a look at the behind the scenes video of this photo shoot with Nadine. As you can see, a great setup. It took us a lot of time to create. And I just love it to do it real, you know. You can always fit some flowers in with, for example, Photoshop generative fill, but I strongly believe that 99% of the shot should be shot in camera. AI is great, artificial intelligence, hey, I'm Dutch, but you shouldn't use it to create something. You should use it to enhance something that you already created. So if there's one flower missing, I have no problems by just adding that with artificial intelligence. But I'm not the kind of guy that will just put your model against the backdrop and just create everything with artificial intelligence. So what you see is 99% all flowers real, and sometimes we just added a little flower because, well, one dropped during the workshop. That's possible, right? Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you again next time. Bye, guys.